This video is brought to you by EA Sports UFC 5. In honor of Full Mount MMA hitting 500,000 subscribers, we're giving away a stack of copies of UFC 5. For a chance to win, all you have to do is leave a comment down below telling us which fighter would be your go-to in UFC 5, and click the link in the description. We'll be announcing the winners next week. More information later in the video. Belal Muhammad has no interest in fighting Islam Makhachev. Islam stated that he wanted to move up to welterweight to achieve double champ status, and Belal is fighting Leon for the welterweight belt at UFC 304. Belal suggests that Islam skips welterweight and moves up to middleweight to fight Dricus du Plessis. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, Belal said, "Yeah, I would never fight him, 100%, but honestly, he could go up to 185 and beat Dricus du Plessis right now. I think he's that good, really. I think he could go up there and be that 2-division champ, skip over 170 for a little bit, let me beat a couple of these younger guys, and then I'll go up to 185. Bro, he has plenty of time, man. He's dominating his fights. He's winning easily. I think he's going to continue on that path of being a dominant champion. He's got plenty of years left." He tweeted out or said something about it recently in an interview saying, "Yeah, I'm still hungry. I'm still here. I think he's got a long time to go." Tim Welch believes Michael Chandler will defeat Conor McGregor, and Sean O'Malley disagrees. Sean and Tim also discuss Ian Gary versus MVP and how that actually could be a boring fight.
Did you guys see Conor's the promo? The Conor Chandler promo? That's pretty sweet.
Yes.
God, that fight. See, I love when Conor's back, dude. That just feels different for me.
When they said no one's came back the same after that leg thing, I'm like, bro.
Silva kind of like did his thing.
We just picture Conor. Is he going to have the same timing as he's had years ago? I don't know if he is.
He is.
I don't know if he is.
He is. He is.
If I had to pick right now, obviously Conor's got the punch of chance, but I think Michael Chandler might beat him.
Conor KO.
How would you predict Chandler would beat Conor McGregor? By what way?
Taking him down, Conor kicks him, hurts his ankle or something, falls down, TKO.
Falls down. Yeah. Ooh, Ian Machad Gary versus Michael Venom Page is opening up the main card. T-Mobile. That's gonna be sweet. We're gonna go if we do something with the Resorts World. We'll go. If not, we'll probably just watch it at home.
Yeah, I don't know how sweet that fight's gonna be. I think that might be
Page versus Gary.
1, 2, 3 punches around. Both bounce around, look to crack each other, and it just might not be the
Page
best.
will blitz in, and Ian is good counter punching, and when he blitzes in like that, if he gets timed, could put his lights out.
Both of them kind of counter punch though. Michael Venom Page waits for them to come forward, and he splits his in.
Yeah, splits it. That's cool, man.
Kamaru Usman gives his take on Sean Strickland's victory over Paulo Costa. Kamaru actually fought Sean back in 2017 and won by unanimous decision. Kamaru says it was a weird fight and also not very exciting.
The one thing that I think would just kind of change things up for Sean Strickland is learning how to tempo fights, learning how to pick up the tempo, bring it back down, pick up the tempo, bring it back down. Right. And I know for a fact the moment I started doing this with guys, I busted my fights wide open. And I think if he works on that, because you saw it in the end of the fight, the last 20 seconds, once he changed tempos, he was successful. He was, getting chairs, things were going on. So I think it's, the fight was kind of back and forth, but wasn't the most exciting fight because it's like, it was very rare to see like big damaging strikes, but both just kind of went back and forth, and obviously the judges felt the exact same way because what a scorecard. It just reflects everybody was confused.
Talk about it.
Yeah, everybody was confused. And listen, I know Dana was upset with it, but at the same time, how can you be? Those rounds 3 and rounds 1 through 4 was relatively back and forth, kind of confusing. Sean was kind of, throwing out more strikes, but Paulo Costa, when he stood his ground, would land, strikes that seemed to be a little bit more effective. So I don't know. It was just a weird fight, a really weird fight.
Alex Pereira gives an update on his return. Alex says the rematch with Jiri Prochazka is likely next. Speaking to Sportsnet, Alex said, "I'm not the type of guy to call out names or pick fights. Whoever they want me to fight, I will fight. But the name on the table right now is Jiri Prochazka. But it's still in negotiations. I don't know when we would fight. We're still in talks. But I would like to fight around August. It's not concrete yet. Ankalaev and Prochazka are different styles. People always talk about Ankalaev's ground, but they don't know my ground. But it's hard to tell which fight would be tougher because they're different styles of fighting." For all UFC fans and console players, this announcement is for you. We're giving away a stack of copies of UFC 5 in celebration of Full Mount MMA hitting 500,000 subscribers. Watch until the end to find out how to win. EA Sports UFC 5 has just received its biggest update with more content for every fight fan to enjoy. By June 2024, EA Sports UFC 5 will be finished adding over 30 new highly requested fighters, making it the largest update since the release of the game. The link is in the description below to learn more. Most recently, the game has added athletes such as Roman Dolidze, Anthony Hernandez, Luana Pinheiro, and the God of War himself, Benoit Saint-Denis, with more names on the way. On top of that, if you're a hardcore fan, you can experience the fight fandom with alter egos such as Cody Garbrandt, UFC 207, and Eddie Alvarez, UFC Fight Night 2016. But if that's not enough, if you're a Dustin Poirier fan, you can play as him and use the custom shorts that he wore during the fight against Islam Makhachev at UFC 302. To properly celebrate these big updates and the channel hitting 500,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away a stack of copies of EA Sports UFC 5 on next-gen consoles. To enter, comment down below telling us which fighter would be your go-to in UFC 5, and then click the link in the description to learn more about the game. We'll be announcing the winners next week. Today, the MMA community is extremely concerned that Conor McGregor may be out of UFC 303. Yesterday, the UFC 303 press conference was canceled for unknown reasons, and the UFC is allegedly trying to move the date. However, today, there are more clues that suggest the fight may be off. So if you search UFC 303 on ESPN Plus's website, you can no longer pre-purchase the pay-per-view. Here's what happens now when you try to buy the pay-per-view. Also, do you guys know how the UFC posts free fights leading up to pay-per-views? They posted Conor McGregor vs. Nate Diaz 2 and Conor vs. Eddie Alvarez. Both have since been privated. Dana White has been silent on this whole situation. However, multiple fighters have come out and said that this is worrisome. Daniel Cormier said, "To me, it feels like this is a big deal. I have reached out to many in the organization to try to find out what happened. And when everybody's tight-lipped as they are right now, to me that tells me it's a little worrisome." Chael Sonnen said, "I can't imagine that if everything was good, he wouldn't have let them know a little bit sooner. Hey man, you guys cancel these flights. Let's let people know we're not doing this. I don't know for a fact. We're all guessing." On X, Hanato Moicano wrote, "If you ask me, I think McGregor's foot is broken. Put me against Chandler. Gonna beat the shit out of this dude." And Brendan Schaub reposted this. He wrote, "Not good." Michael Chandler also has yet to directly comment on this situation. However, a few hours ago he posted this to X. He wrote, "Planting seeds of doubt. Hashtag UFC 303. Walk on. See you at the top." And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Mike. It says, "Izzy's the last person that should be laughing at the marching, considering that he got his marched down for 25 minutes straight and lost his title." The second one's from 2K88. It says, "Sean walked Izzy like a dog." And the final one's from Dask Shopper 3313. It says, "Izzy can laugh, but Sean beat his." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.